Let's look at how we use affirmations to transform our self-talk into self-confidence. So self-talk is the way that we talk to ourselves, and it has a considerable impact on our self-confidence. One of the things that we do every single day without even realizing it is talk to ourselves in not very kind ways, and our body feels it all. So one of the things that I used to do quite a lot is call myself a silly cow. Something would happen, I call myself a silly cow. Now what would be better is I might feel that I'm useless at this point in time, or I might feel that I've messed something up. However, I am capable of achieving my goals, or I am worthy of success. So we have to switch the negative, we have to catch ourselves with the negative self-talk and then switch into much more positive talk. So, we talk about affirmations, but the truth is an affirmation on its own without anything to back it up is about as useful or as useless as a chocolate teapot. And of course, nobody would pour boiling water into a chocolate thing, would they? Maybe. Perhaps if they wanted a hot chocolate drink. So the way that we talk to ourselves influences our beliefs and our attitudes and our behaviour in all areas of our life. And that can become a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is a nightmare in the long run. Now, I remember fondly my ex-husband used to say things like, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you are today, or he would call me stupid. And what that did is that built upon things that I had already heard. So for example, when I was just a tiny girl, I was in the playground with my father. I'd just passed something called the 11 plus. And she told my dad that I'd never go to university. So I just passed this really important exam, which determined which kind of school you'd go to. And she basically said I was useless. So what happened was I ended up leaving school early. I had dreadful low self-worth and low confidence. And, although I appeared confident on the external, I was not a happy person. I did go to university, I went in my 30s, I did an MBA, but you know what? Although I passed, I didn't believe I was good enough. So what we want to do is move away from that negative self-talk that can help to exacerbate feelings of stress, anxiety, depression, and low self-worth. So I guess all of this is all about learning, isn't it? This kind of messy thing called life. So the question you're probably asking is, can affirmations help boost self-confidence? And I'm going to say, of course, lots of things can help you boost self-confidence. But what we want to do is choose affirmations that are in the positive, but we want to create some meat behind it, some context behind it, so that they work. So an affirmation is something that you affirm to be true and something positive that you want to achieve. Now, I personally don't believe that you can wander around the house going, I'm a beautiful princess, I'm a beautiful princess, I'm a beautiful princess, because you might be. But let's face it, most of us aren't, and there's no substance to that apart from it would probably make you smile, which is actually a very, very good thing. But the point is, affirmations influence our behaviour, which means that our beliefs will change and our habits will change, and as a result we will become more confident. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen overnight. This takes work. It's taken me a while. So we're going to work with an affirmation now with, I speak to myself with love, kindness and compassion. And what I'm going to invite you to do is take a few deep breaths and focus on your heart. Read the affirmation and then say it aloud, because when we say it aloud, we hear something very different. And the minute you say aloud, you can sense things in your body. So does that affirmation make you feel good? If it doesn't, and you're feeling resistance, now I always feel resistance here. It's like, nope, don't want to do it, don't believe it, not having anything to do with it. So if you feel resistance, explore it. If it makes you feel good and you go, you know what, I really love this affirmation. Why does it make you feel good? So explore that in your journal. So what we want to be doing is to write our affirmation down, repeat it to ourselves, and hopefully what will happen is when you catch yourself with the negative self-talk, if you like, you've got like little devil over here and you've got a little angel over here, the I speak to myself with love, kindness and compassion is going to kick in, and slowly that's going to diminish. And what I would anticipate happening is as you use this affirmation, as you go through the day, you're going to notice various things. Reflect in your journal. So when you say that affirmation and it brings up that confirmation that it's not true, ask yourself why. Again, come back into the heart space, turn it into a question and explore in your journal. So mull it over. Can you hear yourself when you say that affirmation? Do I really? Your question then will be, how do you speak to, or how do I speak to myself with love, kindness and compassion? Explore it. Choose something every day that is going to help you learn to honour and respect yourself and treat yourself as you would a good friend. And really do spend that time when you hear that little voice, spend that time saying, I'm gonna speak to myself with love, kindness and compassion. So the affirmation has to resonate with you, it has to be positive, and I honestly, please explore the shadows within that come up when you start to work with it. It's really about calling on your courage to face how you speak to yourself. So from here on in, start to notice how you speak to yourself. Now, stuff that you can do is you can write little heart notes. So you could write yourself a little note, stick it on your fridge, and in the morning, your affirmation is right in front of you. So if you head to my website, www.daledarley.com, I've got lots and lots of stuff on affirmations, and it will just explain how to go through this process with lots and lots of ideas outside of the affirmation. So we take the affirmation, we work with it, but then I've got a whole load of other exercises and journaling prompts that you can do. So please like and share this video, and if you enjoy the stuff I'm talking about, subscribe and ring that bell, and don't forget to head to daledarley.com.